Good morning. Be Saturday. I am going to stream my initial first impressions of a new release. It's a remaster of a Super Nintendo game I never played before. I didn't grow up with this game. I don't even know if it was available in the US. I'm not super familiar, but it's called uh, Rocky and Pocky Reshrined. So instead of remastered, reshrined. I guess there's a lot of shrines that you visit or cleanse, I'm assuming. Um, But I've heard really good things about this game. The remake looks awesome visually. It's the type of game I normally would play myself, and I heard it's very difficult, so we'll see how long we last. If not, I'll switch to, I think on the docket this morning, early afternoon, Sonic Origins and Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, which I'll explain more about that game if you're not familiar with it later. Um, but the ideas with my streams lately, uh, I don't stream consistently. They're very unexpected, hence the name of the channel. But usually at this point, this is kind of my second year. I've been trying to stream more seriously, and I've been doing sort of initial impressions of new releases. So, also, if you're not familiar with the channel, um, I have a gaming blog that I write for, where I try to share my impressions and thoughts on any game that I finish and complete during the calendar year. So, I try to stay on top of most new releases as well as play old stuff. But I really enjoy making Game of the Year lists. So, I'm sort of building my each year for the past probably like 5 to 7 years. I've been building Game of the Year lists, like top 10 sort of countdowns, and I'll write about it and stream it. I've started streaming it since last year. But uh, I love making lists, as kind of silly as they are. I think it's fun to sort of reflect on the year, especially if if you play a lot of games like myself. Uh, So I typically have been streaming games that have released in 2022 that I managed to pick up or play, or things that I've been interested in. And then if I happen to finish them, I'll write like a paragraph or two about it. I'll share my thoughts in the blog or on the stream. And then I will rank everything by the end of the year or sort of early into next year. So that's kind of what my this channel is at this point. I may stream today and not stream for another 2 months, so we'll see. I have all these ideas in my head, but just not enough energy or willingness to kind of stick to anything. So let's just go into this. I've seen a little bit of footage on this game, enough to know that I wanted to play it, but I don't know a whole lot about it. I've heard it's very short. It's supposed to be kind of like an arcadey, sort of an arcadey experience. But again, I heard it's very difficult. Okay, let's check out options. Let's see if I can just jump into this. Ooh. Okay. Remaining lives, remaining specials, score, gold coins, life, remaining time. Simple. Increase strength of your attack. Okay, so power balls. There's 3 different elemental attacks, it looks like. If you collect the same orb or ball up to 3 times, so you upgrade it. But if you switch to a different element, then it changes. Great defensive area. Okay, so the Amulet, Thunderball, and Umenu, they're very like arcade shooter sort of items. Okay. Well, these are a lot of characters. I won't worry about that right now. I don't know anything about this game. Let's just go to story mode. Vote to select, play your favorite character. 2 players can play together. Unlocked by clearing story mode or by collecting... Okay. Let's go into it. Alright, so there is a continue, which is a good sign. I was almost under the impression that this game was a single sitting game, which worried me a little bit. I believe this is a Natsume, however you pronounce it. Either published or developed game, but they do both, I forget. And they had a release a year or 2 ago, or a couple years maybe. It was another remaster of an SNES game that I actually really like, called, very difficult as well, called Wild Guns, and they did Wild Guns Reloaded. Wild Guns is extremely difficult. And so was the remake from what I played, so... Let's just do... You know what, just do normal, let me not... A part of me wants to jump into hard, but... I don't know anything about this. Ooh, look at this map. This map looks nice. Yo, look at the leaves move as you walk over them. Oh my god, can you just slide into the leaves? Oh my god. I love stuff like this. This game looks like almost like an early PS1 game, like an Arc the Lad or Wild Arms. Like the visuals are kind of reminding me of. I know it's supposed to be a Super Nintendo game. All right, so that's melee attack. Do you have an infinite amount of these shortcuts or whatever these are? Oh shit! All right. Whoa, that affects the leaves too. So some of your powers are affecting, like... Oh, hey Jeremy, hey Silent Snake. How are you? Thanks for the sub, for the resub. Oh, okay, hold on. Can you, like, strafe in place? Whoa. Alright. It's a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. What the? What is happening? Holy shit. know about these melee attacks. I don't know how useful it is. Whoa. Okay. Okay, so you get... Oh, you drop it. I see. Alright. I'm not super hot on the fact that you can't, like, lock your character in strafe in place while you're shooting. You gotta be moving constantly. We have to be moving to change direction, which is, like, not what I was expecting. Oh my shit! Is that it? Are there continues? What are we doing here? Sure. Alright, this game... this game's not fucking around. Oh my god. Jesus. I love the visuals so much, though. Do enemies just indefinitely respawn? This is nuts. I don't know. Oh my, this game's nuts! Hey, Yuki, how are you? I know, it's been a while. I hope you've been well. Ooh, this game just has a very steep learning curve. Of course my controllers. Alright, I did not do that right. I shouldn't have done that. Like, I don't know how to approach this game. Either run through shit. I hope this is the boss. Oh my god! Wow. Okay. Oh, nice. That sounds fun. I have a 4-day weekend too. Well, I think a lot of people probably have 3-day weekends. But I'm up till Wednesday technically, which is, I'm not complaining. Yeah, I was saying at the start, this is like a remake or remaster sort of the Super Nintendo version or game. I never played Pocky and Rocky as a kid, so I'm not familiar at all with these games, or this game. But it's, like, absolutely something... It's in my wheelhouse, obviously. It's just extremely difficult from... I heard it was hard, but... Like, what the fuck? Can I just start over? This is on normal. I almost put this on hard. What? You can't even select like the extra easy mode until you gain 3,000 total coins, which is funny. I don't even want to think about hard then. The normal's nuts. No, I can't do... You probably know me slightly well. I have no problems with, like, easy modes, but... I can't play, like, the super easy mode. I'll at least do normal and above. I always shoot for the hardest difficulty. Whatever the hardest available difficulty is, I usually try first, just to kind of test the waters of the game. And if not, I'll just default to the default difficulty, and I'm happy with that usually, for myself. But this game on normal is really fucking hard. Yeah, well, I like, I don't want to steamroll through games. Like, it's very rare for me to just, like, put a game on story or easy mode just to see it. Like, especially older games, I'm like, I kind of want to play, like, creator's intent, if you want to call it that. Like, if a normal difficulty is, like, the default difficulty, I at least want to approach the game on that level, like... Jeez. Alright, this seems like a good spot to use my special. Because that's like a death trap there. Alright, good health placement. So if you can get through... I mean, I'm getting better. Have both my lives full health. Maintaining this power, this max power up with this water element. This thing's like, fuck though. Yeah, I'm not dealing. Alright. Like a lot of good arcade games, though, this is very much like, feels like an arcade shooter in some sense. Like, getting the power-ups early on and carrying them forward seems like paramount to make progress in this. So the second you lose, like, your shield and your you know, whatever upgraded power-up you're using, you're, like, fucked. No! Oh. Oh, I'm fucking up. Oh, I'm fucking up really bad. Ah! Why did I use my bomb there? What's this chicken? What? Alright, let's just try. I wish you had some invincibility frames on this dodge. It's just like a way to get away from. Ugh. I mean, you can kind of stand. What the fuck was that? Whoa, what? Okay, no. Fuck this game. That's some bullet hell shit. Like, this is shooter central, like. I knew I was picking up on vibes that this was like more shooter than anything. The animation on this thing looks incredible though. This game looks like just incredible. Ooh, I beat it! Oh shit, hold on. Let me get this money. I'm at about, surprisingly, Yuki, with all the traveling and work craziness and just personal things and yada yada yada, I'm at 28, about 27 or 28 games finished for the year. Again, a lot of shorter ones. I've been playing a lot of short games still to kind of, like, meet my goal. But it's things I haven't played before, so I'm not, like, cheating per se. I'm still playing a lot of long games like Elden Ring and Forbidden West, and I don't know. I'm all over the place, like I usually am, but I'm on track. It's just I have a lot going on that, like, I might not make my goal for the year, which is fine. Yeah, I'm just trying to find pockets of, like, opportunities where I can finish. Like, this game's apparently like an hour long. So, it's smaller games like that I'm already interested in that I'm kind of focusing on. I'm at the end of Elden Ring. I have like 70 hours, but that game's been grueling. I've really been reading this dialogue. Well, I finished a level. I'm happy about that. Oh, I'm playing as Pocky now. Pocky, rather. God, the detail is so great. Like, there's fish in the stream, like in the water in the background there. It looks so nice. And the breeze, like the wind kind of... This is like one of my favorite looking games of this year, probably. Oh, that's a mess there. So I guess there's unlimited continues? Not clear to me. And you can pick up from the level, the last level you got to, which is nice. It's not a single sitting game. Although I wouldn't be surprised if there's a trophy for finishing it with 1 credit. Yeah, this is a game where you have to, like, retreat. You gotta inch forward, and then since the screen allows you to go backwards, you gotta take advantage of that. Oh, except for here. I can't go backwards here. So the screen does lock you out in some spots. Alright, this part was like, what is happening here? Yeah, I don't have this down at all. What are you supposed to do there? This is a clusterfuck. Oh, I want that shield. I already lost it. Oh my god, these monkeys are driving me nuts. Whoa, look at this. Ah, he uses his tail. How do you get in there? This looks like secret shit. No. Alright, I made it to the boss. I guess, well, there's no boss music. Is this a boss? It looks incredible. Well, the animation is insane in this game. Oh my god. Alright, I don't know what to do here, but do this. Okay, that was what I should have done. Ugh. Come on. Fuck it. What? There's like trapped joke items. Let's try this impossible boss again. This has to be a sub-boss. Yeah. Oh, I'm rushing. I'm rushing too much. How are we Oh shit. Dude, these bosses. Let's just test and see. Let me quit. Yay! Let's I'll try that level one more time. I think I'm gonna switch to something else. This is brutal. I really like it though. It's just it's very difficult. So the thing, it's surprising or not surprising that it plays or feels the flow of it or the structure of the game feels very much like an arcade shooter. So it's like when to use your bombs or your special attacks in this case, which basically clear the whole screen like a bomb would in an arcade shooter. And then using the screen when it allows you to walk backwards, which is very unusual for like a game from this era. Usually you would move forward and the screen would follow you know from left to right, and then it would kind of lock yourself out from walking backwards. So the fact that they let you do that gives you some more like kind of maneuverability. I'm so frustrated you can't, it's not like Contra where you can't lock your character in place and aim and shoot, and you can't like lock your character and strafe while shooting. So you constantly have to be moving and turning your character to like shoot, you know, enemies. So like that gives it a whole nother like kind of layer of difficulty. And there's like no invincibility frames, or if there's any, it's so minor. And the dodge technique that they have, it's you're vulnerable during that too. So while you can kind of cover like a long distance and get away from the enemies, like you're locked in that animation, you can't cancel out of it. So you commit to it, and you're vulnerable, and there's no iframes on it. So it's like, I don't even know how the dodge is useful, but also like dangerous. So like, well, I wanted to have what Contra has, or like most shooters like this, like I would be able to hold a button and you know what I'm saying, UP. You know what I mean probably. Like you can stand in place and aim in a different direction, or lock your character without moving. Like that's all I'm looking for, but I guess they didn't want to design it like that. Why are some of... I don't understand the bonuses. Like, this little dancing kid turned into, like, a bonus thing earlier, and now it's not? I mean, at least it's not a one-hit kill game like Contra. Like, you can take one hit. You have some sort of life bar, which is nice, but it's still, like, this is a lot. Oh, damn it, see? Disaster. Alright, I learned from this screen, just walk, get in there, and use special. These monkeys can just like fuck you up. I hate them. You know, I'm not messing with the Tengu dudes. Way too annoying. Man, look at that. All right, so this game is a straight up shooter, because like I just went in that corner with my fire ability maxed out and like destroyed that sub boss. So how I'm thinking you need to play this game is definitely what I was correct about. Which means it's not a game to chill out with. You got to really be focusing. What are all these fucking monkeys? I'm gonna hate this screen. No. I mean, I'm doing way better. I haven't lost a life yet. Alright, let's do this tree boss. You got a second forum, right? Oh, that was another sub-boss? What is this game's problem? Oh my shit. I'm rushing this, I don't like what I'm doing. Whoa! What am I fucking doing? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to be like kind of notoriously hard, I think. This level's going on way too long. It should have been over. Dude. That animation when you use your melee attack and you... Whoa, look how cool that looks! No! What's happening? What is all of this? Alright, if I die during this, this is it. Whoa! These bosses look incredible. The enemy design and the sprite work and just the animations of everything, it's some of the best I think I've like ever seen. Come on. I did. I had like no life left. I was 0 lives, 1 heart left. What the fuck? Yeah. All right. Whoa. Yeah, this music. So all right. That kind of did me in. Let's save and return to the title screen. Those first 2 levels were brutal. Oh wow, the original game was released in 1986. That was the year I was born. So yeah, I definitely oh wait, maybe 1986 was when Kaito was. I could have that wrong. So I did see someone complain that obviously I think it's a local co-op game, and you can't. Oh, whoa! You can reflect. Oh, I should watch these demo videos. of this attract video, because their melee attack deflects back stuff. But someone was complaining, local co-op, you have to unlock beating the game solo first, which is weird. Really strange. Yeah, there's been a lot of, this year, I'd say these past, like, 5 years even, but more specifically, like, the past year or two, like, we've been getting so many remakes and remasters of, like Klonoa's coming, like, Klonoa is, like, one of my favorite games of all time, and I won't shut the fuck up about it whenever I get a chance to talk about it, but it's finally coming out, the remasters of 1 and 2. Klonoa 2 being, oh, you can deflect all that shit. Alright, never mind. This game's honestly like a masterpiece, from the little that I've played so far. Like, Klonoa 2 hasn't been released, hasn't seen like an update or a port since like the PS2 era, so it's gotta be like 15 years, if not more than that. And that's coming out this week, so like we've been getting all these cool, like really well done, for the most part, like remakes and remasters of really old games. And like I was saying this at the start, but I never got to play this on Super Nintendo, so I've always seen like pictures of it and I knew of it. So this was like, this just came out recently too, so this is like a really, it seems like a really good remaster. Oh, is that what that was? Is that what it's originally called, or is that the Japanese name for this? Silent Snake? Alright, I'm gonna do what I usually do. And check the trophies. And see how wild they are. Alright, I like... There's no platinum? Come on. So... This is very straightforward so far. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. See, I'm not familiar with these games or these characters or any of this, like, at all. Like I said, I've always known about it, but I never played whatever the older games were until this one. But I've always, like I said, I've always been aware of it, and I always wanted to play it, so this is really cool. So we've got just finish every level, which is cool. They're all rare trophies, so like no one's playing through this, because it's really fucking hard. 8 levels. Accumulate coins. Here we go. I knew this was here. Someone earned this? Beat the game without continuing on hard mode. It's ultra rare. 0.4% of players. This game's only been out, as far as I know, in the US for like a week maybe, if not a couple days. It literally just came out this month, or like the end of June. Who finished this without continuing on hard? Let alone on normal. 1.6% of players have unlocked this. I love looking at trophies. The trophy percentages and data is really interesting to me. And only 21%, like about 22% of people who've played this game have actually beaten it, so it's pretty low too. Well, I know, Silent, but like, this is like exceptionally niche. Pocky and Rocky, like, this is for like a hardcore audience, which makes sense. Like, of course there's going to be like a select few out there who, you know, will stick with this until they can one credit it, but still, like, it's very few people. This game is not going to sell to just like anyone. Beat free mode using Pocky without continuing on any difficulty. Beat free mode using Rocky All these 1 credit. Oh my god, there's so many 1 credit. Get 10 extra lives. Alright, I'll stick with. I mean, this game's really good from what I played. I'll stick with it. 1 crediting it, I don't. Not in this lifetime, or not in this year. Probably not in this lifetime. All right, so yeah, just quick summary on Pocky and Rocky. Reshrined, incredibly difficult, probably some of the best animation and sprite work and background art I've like ever seen. Um, the enemy animations and boss design, like the monsters, they're just incredible looking. And there's so many details in the background, like the leaves that you can brush up when you kind of walk over them, or even when you use like your attacks and your moves, like the leaves on the ground kind of like brush up with your movement and attacks and everything. Like it just looks awesome. Uh, I honestly I could see this game. Usually I don't like to kind of um say something's game of the year material, or but I know my taste well enough that if I do see this game through and I finish it, at least just do a run on normal. I'm not gonna do 1 credit shit. I just don't have the time for that right now, or like I don't have the willingness to just like throw all of my time, my free time into like learning or mastering this game. I just want to see it through though. Um, but this will probably break my top 10. I know my taste well enough, and this year has a lot of good shit. I have a lot of thoughts on Elden Ring, and I'm not as hot on it as other people are, but I'm also kind of like a disgruntled um From Software fan from the 90s, so I have a different perspective on Souls games and From Software games. Uh, but Elden Ring is incredibly impressive, and it's a really cool game, but um I don't know if Souls games are for me necessarily anymore. Um, Anyway, I think I'm just gonna walk away for a second, and I think I'll play some Sonic Origins. So even though it's not kind of in line with Pocky or Rocky and Pocky, Pocky and Rocky, older games remastered or redone, and this is like there's some problems with this port, from my understanding. Um, but I love Sonic still, like in any form, 2D and 3D. So I picked this up. So I might play. I started playing the anniversary mode of Sonic 1. Uh, which you can continue. You don't have to finish it in a single sitting. So I might do that when I get back. But let me get up and just like walk away for a little bit. Change the game title and all that stuff. And then if y'all hang around, I'll be right back. But if not, thanks for joining so far. I'll probably just do a stage or two, if that, in Sonic Origins. Maybe mess around with some of the challenge mode. And then if I still have the energy, I'll play make a little bit more progress in Eiyuden. I don't even know how to pronounce this game yet. Eiyuden Chronicle? Eiyuden? It's such a bad. It's not a bad name, but it's in terms of like trying to talk about it with people. Like, I'm just calling it like the weird. It's like the bloodstain. What is it? Curse of the Moon variant of Eiyuden Chronicle, the 100 Hero War, whatever the fuck they're calling. This is a side game to a Kickstarter game that's not out yet. So similar to when Bloodstained Ritual of the Night was announced, they did Bloodstained what the fuck's it called? I just said it. Curse of the Moon. I think that was the subtitle. And they've done 2 of those since, but and that was supposed to be kind of like an appetizer or like a side game leading up to the full real game, even though these are separate developers, obviously. they were both Kickstarter projects, and the developer, I think it's Happy Bunny or Bunny Bear Studio. I don't remember the name of the studio for these guys either. But they're approaching their Kickstarter and their release similarly. So the real game, like the full release, is supposed to come out either next year or later. They've been working on it for a few years now. And this was like, again, like an appetizer game, and it happens to be like a 2D action sort of action adventure game, similar to like a 2D Castlevania game, but a lot more like RPG-ish, with some town building elements, which ties into the Suikoden influence that it has. Where I think some of the original creatives of Suikoden or Suikoden, however you want to say it, are working on whatever this project is. So anyway, I'm like ranting too much. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So we are going to do a little bit of Sonic Origins. These are other Sonic games you can kind of finish in a sitting. And these are good games to kind of beef up my games completed for the year. I have all these short games on my docket that I'm like, oh, I can finish a bunch of old retro games, and then I'll be at 52 like halfway through the year. But I really need to stick to and play more longer games. But yeah, I grew up with Sonic. I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I still like... I know he's got some really bad games. A lot of like Sonic 06 and, you know, Sonic Forces wasn't great. Animation's cool. But one of my earliest, it used to be on like a VHS tape, like a recording my parents made, but I was at my aunt's and uncle's house, and it had to have been like, I don't know, it was when Genesis came out, Sega Genesis. And there's like a videotape of me like sitting on my knees, like glued to the TV, playing Sonic the Hedgehog 1, at my cousin's house. And it's probably why I have glasses, because I would sit so close to the TV. And why my eyesight's so horrible. But yeah, Sonic obviously was like a big part of my childhood. And I kind of kept playing them as I got older too. Like I was never the type of like gamer that like grew out of things growing up. Like I was never like, oh, Sonic's for kids, like this is a kid's game now, or anything like that. I just kind of kept playing whatever I liked. So I like 100%ed and played through like all the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on Dreamcast, the GameCube ports. I played through Sonic Heroes. I loved Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Generations was great. Forces was whatever. I only played through that once and didn't like 100% it. Even the weird Wii games like the Sonic and the Black Knight, I think it was, and then whatever that other weird Sonic game on Wii was. One of my favorite things about this collection is this world map that they made, like, exclusively for... Yeah, the intro is really cool, Yuki. Like, for this collection, where each Sonic game is its own little island. I used to draw maps like this as a kid, so I love the way this world map looks. Although, I think you have to buy DLC to, like, zoom in on the island? Can I even do that? No, I think you have to buy, like, bullshit for it. Yeah, let's continue where I was in Anniversary mode. Yeah, the menus are really nice for this this package. I mean, Sonic 1 through 3 have... All these old Sonic games have been in, like, collections since the you know, PS2 or GameCube era, if not before that, but oh, trying to take this level a little slower. Sonic 2 probably was, I guess besides the first one, I definitely played this like a shit ton. I think Sonic 3 was the one I played the least. And I had Sonic 3 Knuckles and all that with the Genesis like cartridge where you had to like stick the Knuckles kind of like expansion on top of it or whatever. But I played a lot of Sonic 2 as well. I don't remember this. Like, oh, I just fucked this up. You know what? Fuck it. I don't want to use rewind features. I'm weird about that, so. Can you really lock yourself out of finishing this level by doing that? That seems so weird. Oh my god. That was some nonsense. And I think the spin was the spin dash not in the original Sonic? I didn't think it was. I want to say that was added to this anniversary mode, but I could be wrong. And again, I've heard some like not so great things about this collection or this port, or these ports, but so far I haven't really seen anything that's like really exceptionally bad about them. I think it's like Sonic CD has a lot of glitches and issues, but like, will any of these ports or remasters ever be as good as playing on the original hardware? Like, I doubt that'll ever be the case, but for the sake of convenience and some of the extras, I think it's a pretty cool collection. It's a little expensive, and there's no physical either, so like it's $40 for a digital version, which is very premium in my opinion. But Sega knows what they can charge for this. No! I don't want to lose my coins. If, Solid Snake, if you're still there, I think I saw you post about this game because you started playing these or replaying them. And you said, I think it was you that said it. I saw it on Twitter, like, Sonic 1, you're going extremely fast, and then, in the first level, you're going very, you know, fast through the stage, and the speed is, like, the whole idea of the level. But this second level is, like, very, like, slow down, take your time. It's, like, not how Sonic... It's not what people think about when they think of Sonic. Because some of this is almost like a little, like, puzzle platforming. Which is weird, being the second level, in the original game. Blech. Oh, that feels good. Break these. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't even remember what the third world is. Oh, fuck, you can just, yeah, fuck all this. Oh. Oh. Yo, I remember these levels being a lot, like, bigger. Again, like, I guess when you're a kid, you think, like, stages and games feel, like, a lot more complicated. I remember the second world being like, this is a lot more harder than I remembered. But these levels are pretty, like, condensed and concise. Oh, Spring Yard, okay. Oh, it's like the casino level, right? Sorta. Not necessarily a casino, but like, now I'm remembering it. Could you spin dash in Sonic 1 though? It's freaking me out that I can't remember. I didn't think you could. I've done whatever the do this. My God. I recovered that sort of. I don't think I'm getting supersonic. First included in the Saturn version. Okay. That jump was kind of brutal. Yeah, Digital Foundry did a nice video on this game as well. I started watching it. I know, what's his name on Digital Foundry? One of the main guys who does a lot of, like, the retrospective videos. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. I know he's a big Sonic fan, but, like, Sonic Mania, I think, was his game of the year when it came out. But they did a retro kind of review or retrospective on Sonic, this port of Sonic Origins, and I think, like I was saying, like they said there's like good and bad stuff in this version. Yo, this is moving fast. No, I don't think this is a level I can even get, No, what did I just do? I'm going too quickly through it. I think I'm fucked here. Or not, maybe? Jeez. What am I doing? The boss fights in some of these old Sonic games almost reminds me of like some of the old Mega Man bosses that just kind of like jump back and forth like left and right on the screen and just didn't really do a whole lot. That's what Robotnik reminds me of. At least in this game. I don't remember what the bosses if they get more interesting in 2 and 3. Probably did, I haven't played them in forever. Yeah, the music in this level? I was obsessed with this track as a kid. Just bob your head with the music, or bob Sonic's head with the rhythm. What the? Oh shit. Oh, I forgot you can... Does that work looking down as well? Oh, cool. I forgot you could do that. Give you some more spatial awareness. Secret. Remember, it's like Starlight Carnival, and then there's a Labyrinth Zone, and then is Labyrinth Zone after this? And then Starlight, and then, like, Robotnik's level? Oh, that feels very, like, pinball-y. Oh! Oh, come on! I've never legitimately finished any Sonic game collecting all the Chaos Emeralds to get Super Sonic, like in a legit no save state playthrough kind of thing, which I would love to be able to do, but it's so hard. I'd be really like impressed if there's people out there that can do it legit, like on the old. I'm sure there's tons, but like on the Genesis cart, without saving and reloading if you fucked up. Because you kind of get, like, bad endings if you don't collect all the Chaos Emeralds. I just realized you don't have lives in Anniversary mode, I guess. Ugh. Oh my god. There we go. Whether or not I'll get this emerald, we'll see. They're so nauseating and they're always bad. Oh, you can spend coins to retry? Yeah, for sure. That's new. Well, that's exclusive to this anniversary thing, I guess. This shit was so traumatizing as a kid. Ooh, I like this anniversary mode a lot. Ugh. What? Oh, what am I doing? Oh my god, I almost killed myself there. I want to really replay Rystar right now. Or Ristar. I've always called it Rystar. But I just got like a hankering for that game. Oh, cool. They hide like coins in the anniversary mode. This is a pretty well thought out mode. Oh! Jesus Christ. I gotta slow down. That was kind of close. Let's maybe let's switch to my last game I had planned for today. That was Labyrinth. I mean, Labyrinth Zone's a good track too. Yeah, so Labyrinth Zone, Starlight, grab. So there's like 3 more levels. Final zone. Oh, that's all the bullshit. Like. Oh, weird. A lot of cool unlocks here. That's a cool mode. Story mode is you play all 4 of the games in one continuous session. That's pretty wild. Whoa. Oh, fuck. There goes my S rank. Alright, so the trick there is to rush through that. Excuse me. No! Jesus Christ. Under 50 seconds is pretty hard. One more time. These challenges are really addictive. I got a whole ass. I got the S rank. Yeah, there's a lot here. I'm really tempted to do the story mode. I'm curious, actually. Is this... I'll check it out later. But yeah, it's really cool. You could, like, play through... It looks like you can continue as well, so you don't have to do it in a single sitting. But you could play through the entire story mode. All 4 Sonic games consecutively, one into the next. Probably with all the new animated intros, like, included, is what I'm assuming. So that's a really cool way to approach this game. For now, I'm gonna do like the anniversaries individually, but that's a really cool idea. This is a really neat package, and I really like how. I mean, they have the classic mode here if you want to play it like how it was originally meant to be played, but the anniversary mode, it's like way more approachable and kind of like more relaxed. Whether for newer players or kind of older seasoned players, but like I said, like Sonic games aren't easy, and if you want to go for like the best ending or get Supersonic in all of them where you collect all the Chaos Emeralds, it's tough. You only have so many chances if you're not using save states and like kind of abusing, you know, save scumming and save and reload to get all the Chaos Emeralds. Like I'd never legitimately in any older Sonic games have ever collected all of the Chaos Emeralds like as I was playing, and then got to the end and was able to like, you know, do the supersonic ending or whatever. So in anniversary mode, it seems like they're giving you more opportunities. It's a lot more laxed or relaxed, and there's no lives. So, and they let you retry the bonus stages by using like the collectible, like you know, the unlockable coins that you collect that are used like elsewhere in the package. So it's a thoughtful collection for sure, and I'm not super familiar with like the problems that the collection has, but my understanding is like some of the later Sonic games, whether it's like Sonic 3 or Sonic City, my understanding is kind of messed up. There's something wrong with it. I don't know. I don't even know if there's been patches since. I haven't checked, but or if they plan to update it, I'm sure they will. But yeah, it's very premium. $40 digital only, no physical edition, which I think is disappointing. And then you have these kind of gross tacked on add-ons, like $4 for a music pack. Sure. Well, like, how much are they charging for all the nonsense? Premium, this was bullshit. Premium fun pack. Hard missions, letterbox background, bonus character animations, in menu and music player. Additional remastered tracks. So $8. So it's about, if you want the full package, it's about $50. I mean, you get 4 Sonic games, and they seem like pretty good ports. So it's just a little. Did they really have to piecemeal these little extras like this? But alright, I'm gonna switch to my last game. I'm gonna walk away for a second. I'm only gonna play this for a little bit because I'm kind of getting hungry and it's getting a little later in the afternoon. But I'm gonna step away for a second and then I'll be back with some Eiyuden Chronicle, or whatever the hell it's called. But I will be back. If you're still hanging out, thanks. If you gotta go, doesn't matter. See everyone in a second. Okay, so we are back with Eiyuden Chronicle Rising. I'm never gonna get the name right until I hear someone say it. This is the lead up side story game to the official real full release or full game of, I think it's just Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes something. I honestly don't remember I kickstarted it and I can't even remember the name. But from my understanding, I believe it is former Suikoden developers, some of them, and they're making a new turn-based RPG that's like very heavily inspired by Suikoden, which is like a PS1, a very like old school top-down 2D with PlayStation 1 JRPG series. It kind of went into PS2, and then it was a PSP entry, and then they stopped around there. I think there's a DS game as well. But it's sort of a spiritual successor to Suikoden. So, but this game specifically, similar to Blood, I was mentioning this earlier, but Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, if you're familiar with it, also had a side lead-up game called Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. And that was like, I mean, Bloodstained was based off of, or at least very inspired by Castlevania, which were, 2D action-adventure games. Although the main release for this series, or this game, is a turn-based RPG, this release is kind of like a 2D, a little Metroid-y kind of action RPG. So definitely like a different sort of genre than what the game, what it's leading into, I guess you could say, which I think the full game is going to release next year, the real game, quote unquote. So I'm just going to play it for a little bit, maybe do a quest or two and just talk a little bit about it, and I'm going to call it a day for today. I got to showcase like three different games, 2022 releases. Rabbit and Bear Studios, that was the name of it I was trying to say earlier. And I'm not very far, I'm like 2 hours in. And I'm not thrilled about it, but there's something kind of cozy and comforting. My current quest. Alright, let's do this treasure chest, and then we'll do these quests back in town. So, the coolest thing about it, I think, is that, again, some of the appeal with Suikoden originally, I'm gonna call it Suikoden because I'm most comfortable calling it that. I don't know how you pronounce it, but, I've been trying to find, like, what are the parallels between this game and, the series it's inspired by, and, even though that was a traditional turn-based RPG, this is like an action RPG, but there's still some kind of Suikoden elements in this. Specifically, Suikoden was known a lot for its town building or castle building aspect. So like, you would basically recruit a bunch of people over the course of the game, and you would eventually find a base. It was like an abandoned, depending on the game, it was like an abandoned castle or ruins, and you would slowly kind of evolve it and grow it and build on it as you collected more people, and new functions and features, whether they were like battle related or new shops would open up in the castle or the base you were building in Suikoden. So like, this game's main structure, or like the flow of it, is you're actually rebuilding an entire town. So it's very similar, at least like kind of broader picture, to a part of what Suikoden kind of was known for. And you are kind of recruiting a party. I know there's not like 100 characters or 108 stars of destiny or anything like that in this game, but you do have a party in this game, and a lot of the characters I've seen so far are like animals, like anthropomorphic characters. Like I have this kangaroo with a broadsword that's very like Suikoden. Like, that series had like a whole family of, like, the second game had like a whole family of squirrels as like your allies or party members you can recruit. So it has that similarity as well, which I think is interesting. Whether that's intentional or not, I don't know. But the combat itself is very very basic. You have like some combo strings. You can upgrade your weapon and your equipment. Some of the weapons and abilities you have based on the character can let you traverse like the dungeons and the environments differently. but nothing you haven't seen in other like kind of Metroid games. But it's kind of like a dungeon, like a brainless dungeon crawler is how I would describe it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You just have to be in the mood for something like this, because it's not very difficult so far. And it's very grindy, like you accept quests in a village, you're rebuilding this town, and your main character's here for one reason or the other. I think they're like a treasure hunter from a clan that like came to this bustling kind of minor town. Because they got word of like treasure here, but all this other stuff's going on. That's not everything that's going on in the story, but it's kind of like a questy, grindy game from what, I'm only like 2 hours in. So it's not bad, it's just also like, I don't know what the point of it is, I guess. Whether or not, like, there's a payoff with this game, with the full game that's coming out next year, I guess we'll see. But it's kind of just a chill game to, like, knock out some quests. Put a podcast on or, like, a stream on in the background and just sort of, like, turn your brain off, and I like it for that. The backgrounds are pretty nice. The 3D backgrounds with like kind of 2D. I think there's sprite. 2D sprite characters on 3D backgrounds. There's some nice reflections here. The characters kind of have like a... It's really just... I don't know what technique they're using, but like... I don't know what you call that, but they have that kind of... like buoyancy to their character model. Like, see how she kind of just like her idle animation is just kind of weaving, but it has like kind of, I really don't want to use like flash animation as it, because I know that's like a kind of disparaging to like the actual techniques that's probably using here, but like there's something kind of off about the character models or like the sprite work, but when you look like kind of zoom in on them and look closely, like they do look pretty like well animated. It's just, it's a strange, I don't know if it's a clash with the backgrounds or not, or what's happening, but like, there's something off about like the character animations. Like there's a little, I mean, this jump's like very stiff looking. Like they're almost like paper cutouts. So that could just be like a preference. I don't know if it's necessarily like bad. I'm not thrilled about like the way the characters animate or how they look on screen. I don't know where this treasure chest is. Oh, it's right here. Resource bag is full, so let's get out of here. I forgot I got a double jump. This track, I wonder who the composer is, because this track particularly sounds like something from like an old Suikoden game, but I don't know if it's the original composer or not. The writing's very good too. It seems like it had like a good localization. Text is a little too small for me, but Mine or in the quarry. Yeah, all these quests are just very... See, these background, like, background and foreground, like, all the trees are swaying and there's like a nice breeze in the grass, so it looks pretty nice. And then I like this background a lot. Like, that looks legit, like, really cool. But the map itself is like just a menu, so it's like menu based. You're just kind of warping between spots, and you can walk manually to each area, and everything's kind of interconnected. But I think this is the entire game is this screen. So whether new locations become available, I think the game's like 10 hours or so, and I'm like 2 hours in, so it's not a very long game, which I don't want it to be, or I don't need it to be. But it's kind of has like a Diablo structure, I guess you could say. Like, you have a town, you're building up a town with people and services and bringing in resources and collecting things and performing, like, you know, tasks and errands for people in the village, and you go back and forth between dungeons, and that's the extent of it, I think. So it's just a little neat, cute little follow or lead up game to the big, you know, full game next year, I think. Okay, so this is just a fetch quest thing. I have a lot of side quests to turn in. So your main character is collecting stamps because mercenaries or treasure hunters that come to this town, the mayor requires them to, like, perform tasks, and you trade. Like, when you complete something for someone, you get a stamp in, like, a stamp book, which is fun. But it's tied to the story, kind of. Like, she's collecting stamps so she can get, like, her license to go further into the, like, a dungeon that's around, like a mine, I guess, that's around here. I don't really know. The story's not, like, super interesting. Again, like, everything's kind of in service of just, like, the gameplay, which is very, like, grindy and kind of dungeon crawlery. But like I said, the writing's surprisingly, like, pretty well done. It seems interesting, or localized interestingly. Where are all these people I'm supposed to... That part of the track sounds like straight from a Suikoden game. Same instrument, I'm not sure what it is. Right here. There's like bird people in this game. It's like crazy. I've seen a crocodile, or like an alligator person, a kangaroo with a blindfold and a broadsword, and now this, like, appraisal, like, parrot bird creature person. Getting a stamp's fun. There's like a nice sense of progression, like a visual progression. Accessory shop. Ooh, let's get rare resources. You have to craft something first, and then you can buy it. Yeah, I know how to equip stuff. So many new shops. I want to get to the point where I'm like all the tutorials and shop building's done. Are these? I have to read into that before I do that. Or maybe save and reload there. You can't re-earn stamps as far as I know. Is that all of the quests in it? Find iron ore. I have to go to the quarry. Just warp there. Cool. Can I parry that? I think he has a parry move. Oh, it was like a perfect block. Kind of fun to juggle enemies, and the linked attacks are pretty cool. There is something just simple and kind of like fun about this game. It's really not that bad. Oh, good. Am I doing this parry right? Hold on, let me try to time this better. I think it's just blocking. I might have to come back for that. That's definitely some Metroid shit. So, I at least found out things don't stack. Wait, or do they? Oh no, maybe I should have them both equipped. Okay. I don't know, it's strange. Even a magical girl is gonna make mistakes. What is this, like, magical girl thing? Huh? Where are we supposed to? Oh, okay. I'm probably gonna finish this quest and then pack it up. Yeah, the writing is really good. I'm I'm just curious, and I don't know if it's been clarified or not yet, if these characters are going to show up in the full game, like the real game when it comes out. I would think they are, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Main quest 8. God, even the way the quests are listed, it's like they number them. It's so like, what's the word I'm looking for? Very like factory. Calling your literally like titling it main quest like 8 is so I'm not finding the right words to describe it, but it's very like I would have chose a different way to present like the story quest versus like side quests. Like it just makes it feel, maybe it's clinical I'm thinking of, just make it feel very like clinical. Even somewhat like Monster Hunter, like in terms of like you're accepting like very grindy quests from like a village. I don't know. I've weird conflicting thoughts on like how this game's presenting itself, I guess. But I'm gonna go back to my base and save, and I made a little progress, and that's all I wanted to do. So again, I just wanted to kind of play 3 games, 3 new 2022 releases, and kind of just share some of my initial impressions on them while I continue to build my Game of the Year list for 2022. And I don't think I've even ended the day yet. I know there's things you can cook and they last a day, but like, does the game ever force the end of a day on you? I don't know what the purpose of doing that other than. Yeah, so again, this seems like a pretty neat, I like the character art a lot. Characters look cool. The fact that a kangaroo, like with a one-eyed kangaroo with like a mysterious pouch and a broadsword is their second character is really fucking awesome. This character is very... The fact that your main character has two... Like, the hero from Suikoden 2 had two tonfas. The hero from the first game had a staff, or like a bow staff, I think. But this is a very, like, Suikoden type character, just their weapons being, like, two, what are those, like, pickaxes, kind of? And I'm not entirely sure if the character artist or the composer, I don't know who from the Suikoden team is actually, like, working on this game. I know it's not, like, obviously every staff member from the Konami days. But there's definitely some key people from that staff that are working on this whole project, so you can definitely see the DNA here. But, yeah, it's a no-brain, kind of turn your brain off, put a podcast or stream on, and just kind of jump around, finish quests, collect shit. Game has a decent soundtrack and a nice look. I'm not too hot on the character, like the in-game sprites. There's something a little flashy about them, and I don't know what's wrong, like what's off about them, but there's definitely something kind of like when you jump, you can notice it the most. There's something very stiff about the characters, but other than that, it seems like a decent lead up to the full game, even though the real game's going to play entirely differently. So interesting that they chose kind of like, I guess because it's simple, the idea is simple enough to make, they chose like a 2D kind of hack and slash, like Metroid-y kind of game for whatever they wanted this to be, versus like the real game that's coming out next year. But it's all pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna close out, did I save? I don't know if I saved. I think I did. Alright, so in summary, today we played a little bit of Pocky and Rocky Reshrined, some of the original Sonic and Sonic Origins, Sonic the Hedgehog, the Anniversary Edition specifically, and then did a few side quests and like a main quest in Eiyuden Chronicle Rising. I don't think this game, it may or may not make like my honorable mentions list. I'll still write about it if I do happen to finish it before the end of the year, which I probably will. I don't know. It's a neat little game, but it's nothing like mind-blowing, or there's nothing about it that's making me go like, oh, or ooh. I mean, and this is a port of like really old Sega Genesis games, so this might make like a, you know, my favorite remaster or collection of the year on my write-up. But I think the more I play of this, even though it's incredibly difficult, the more Pocky and Rocky Reshrined I play. I knew I was gonna like this, but like 2 levels in, the boss, the background art, the enemy and boss animations, all of the environmental details, like how you kick up leaves and as you know, do attacks and move around the stages, and the soundtrack and just the look of it, the difficulty. It's very challenging, but also seems kind of fair. At least they give you unlimited continues, and you can start from whatever stage you've gotten to, so you don't have to finish it in one sitting. Even though I hear it seems like there's like 8 levels. I got to level 3. So that's cool. But yeah, this game, Pocky and Rocky, is like right up my alley in terms of like what I like about the types of, you know, games that I really like. So if I do happen to, I'll probably finish this, or I won't probably stream the whole thing. But if I do manage to finish it, I could see this making the top of my list pretty definitively. It's really impressive. And it's just kind of triggering all the signals, the right signals in my brain. Um, so, all right, that's it for me today. I gotta go eat, and I'm gonna wrap things up. Thanks if you stopped in and hung out. Thanks Silent Snake for the sub again. I may or may not be streaming again sometime this week, maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. We'll see. I do have to. I'm finishing up my second quarter blog post of everything I've played and finished from April through June. So I'm trying to wrap that up, and then I'll do a stream like I've been doing in the past for my quarterly Q2 of 2022, like the games I finished and played. So I'll read through my post and share and you know, post that for WordPress, and then do a little stream for my channel on here and upload it all to YouTube eventually. So all of those, the links to the blog and my YouTube channel are on my about section or my main channel page if you want to check it out. But if not, yeah, thanks, Yuki. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you all soon. I hope everyone is hanging in there. Have a good weekend. It's kind of hard to celebrate. I was never 4th of July. Never really did a whole lot for me, and I was never very like one to kind of celebrate 4th of July, and more so than ever right now. It's not very. Things aren't good out there. Things are kind of bleak. So, I'm just happy that I have a few days off to kind of collect myself and recharge and just kind of play some games and block everything else out. So I will see you all when I see you, and have a good rest of your weekend. All right, bye everyone.